Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this here replay. In the top lane, we have Shyvana, Odoamne on Shyvana, facing off against Sonar with a Master Yi in the jungle. Very rare occasion here, this Master Yi, in my humble opinion. Then we have, as the enemy jungler, we have a Graves. And then in the mid lane, we have Ahri versus Karma with a bot lane Cassiopeia Poppy combo. And that is what I'm looking at. Looking at very curiously. And we have Hilly paired with a Kalista of no particular pro team assignment, I guess. And we're going to have a look at how exactly this bot lane is going to play out. I'm not 100% sure what exactly I'm going to be watching here, as Rakan Kalista is a very good combo, but Cassiopeia Poppy? I don't seem to recognize, immediately at least, the value of that comp. We will see how exactly that works. Alright. Odoamne already getting damage in. That's gonna win the lane. Right there. Lane's over. Pack your bags, Nar. And your toys. Oh my god, Nar is so cute. Why is Nar so cute? Oh, he's such a devil, but he's so cute. Alright. Cassiopeia Q going wide. Oh. See, that I understand, right? So the Poppy definitely countering the Rakan here, as all farm is going to be acquired by Kalista. But the Cassiopeia is running a Q start. So is she going to get any CS at all? Probably, honestly not. So they're definitely already giving up on that, right? We'll see how exactly this ends up working out, as already a very slight but a farm lead has been acquired in the bot lane here. Not only that, but also obviously the level lead, which puts our blue team in control of the wave, being able to stack this wave and then get a recall maybe into a cull or something. But the W is actually coming very well. Like, that was a good W, right? Because he cast that a little bit shorter than he would, and then he could, giving Poppy less time to react, and thus still fulfilling the channel, right? As it seems that if she uses her W after his dashing part is done and he goes down, does his pose, and then knocks everyone out, it actually doesn't have a lot of impact on him. So he did knock her up, but obviously that also shall not have a lot of impact. Master Yi slightly add on CS here, as the Poppy is in grave danger, but she's going to live through this. Flash traded for the Ignite, and the bottom lane is in control. Kalista missing some HP here. We're going to be looking at what exactly Hilly is doing. We're thinking about a dive here. I'm personally not a big fan. Why? Because Cassio and Poppy are both very capable at blocking mobility once they acquire level 3, but apparently Flash has been blown by the Cassiopeia as well. Very low mana on Kalista, as well as Rakan. But Master Yi being able to acquire that double kill here, beautifully played, trading himself, but I think that is worth in this situation, as we have to say that this dive was going to be a very difficult dive. A ward has been failed. I personally would fail that ward too, 9 out of 10 times, so it's fine. Dropping down that ward, a good habit to get into. Just drop down the ward while you recall, if you have 2 of them, just to get that cooldown recharging, as we're not going to fill up our mana fully here. which is interesting. The teleport by the Karma came through. Cassiopeia actually didn't select teleport, which I was expecting. She went for the exhaust, which totally makes sense against something like the Kalista. I understand why you would pick Cassiopeia, Poppy into the enemy team, right? Into the Kalista and into the Rakan, as they're very reliant on mobility, which both of them can deny. But I just can't help but feel like they're missing some, like, they're still missing a way of getting ahead of this lane, right? Which I just don't think that they have. Because as much as Cassiopeia can deny Kalista from running in, she can't really deny her from running out. And hitting your Qs onto a Kalista that is not grounded, well, good luck with that. That is going to be difficult, right? So Cassiopeia, very confident here, but as we can see, that confidence has led to nothing but suffering so far. Now, of course, if Cassio is your better champion, you can't really play any AD carries and you feel like you're going to int on anything else, then you should probably, to be honest, you should probably pick a... Yep, and as we can see, Kalista doesn't need to jump to win this trade. And so a double kill has been acquired onto the Kalista again. And the game is just done. Like, it's just over. I think picking a Sivir here could have been a little bit better, right? Just control that wave, run away from Kalista. Generally not a bad one. You can save yourself from Rakan as well. Air support with that has a lot of ways to stand as ground. And you have a probably more reliable, less coin flippy comp. Because I think if the Cassiopeia would have been able to get ahead, that would be great. But how do you get ahead against Rakan Kalista, who can literally run you down from level 1, who will acquire level 2 first, and then from that point on, they will constantly be in a perpetual level advantage just because they can shove out the wave quicker than you can. Because this Cassio, it's no Ziggs, right? It is not able to just plop down 2 bombs and clear the back wave. It's Kalista being very threatening here and, dare I say, a little bit cocky. All right, we're going in. We're checking. Beautiful flash by the Poppy here, and that is a Kalista going down. Cockiness has been paid for. And so the enemy team will come back into the game by acquiring not only a shutdown, but also a plate and some CS and XP. And so we're still not even. Kalista still mighty ahead. But, you know, it's getting scarier, and generally mages do very well against something like the Kalista. Hilly, Mr. Hilly. Hilly, Mr. Hilly. Hilly, Mr. Hilly. Roaming the map. Regretting that he wasn't with his AD carry when she decided to walk up. Deep wards have been placed. A control ward is also placed in the river, and so now they just know everything, they see everything, and they basically cannot be ganked. Now, does that mean that they cannot die? Not at all, because Cassio is about to hit level 6, and at that point, the flash into the ultimate is very possible and very scary. But I think that the combo of Rakan and Kalista is going to be very difficult to stop, even with that Poppy W, because Rakan can still just ult and run at the Cassio, as the W is going to fail, and we, I think, have a fight here. Oh, well, Graves. Well, Graves, if Graves has anything to say about that. Maybe we don't, because Graves definitely not a big fan, as the Cassio ult is coming through, and that is a dead Kalista. Exhaust even going down onto the Kalista, absolutely wasted, but that is totally fine, as the Graves ult is also going to finish Hilly, and Hilly just asking himself, why can't I just play with, well, a different AD carry? It is an AD carry that is, after his taste, way too aggressive, something that Hilly likes to do as well. We have seen how exactly he works with someone like the Reckless, who's always pulling back, someone like the Nemesis, not really working too well, so I think these guys are a match made in heaven. As he says, no, get the hell out of here, Ashen, and walks into the middle of the map. Something that you find supports do almost always, okay? These high reload supports, at least. Almost always walk into the middle of the map, have a look at what exactly is going on, and try to place some wards, get control of the middle of the map, and try to give a little bit of bonus XP to their AD carries, as the Kalista is going to get bound here. But I think this is a dead Karma. Kalista misplaying a little bit, but picking up the kill on Graves, and actually being able to pick up the kill on the Karma as well, as Poppy comes charging through. Hits the Kalista against the wall again, and picks up another kill for the Casio, who is now 3-2-2. And she is going for a Zhonya. Or at least an Arm Guard. Obviously, Arm Guard does give you a lot of armor, right? It's great at stacking that armor. It's great at giving you defensive stats. But I question if that is worth delaying your build. For. Because I think that this game is not won by you being able to tank through Kalista. I think this game is won by you being able to outspace her. As the top lane turret is going down, and Odo Omnem has acquired a 20 CS farm advantage and gotten a kill now. But it's acquired a 20 CS farm advantage onto the Gnar here. Rakan looking for something. That is the knockup, but the Ahri. Way too low on mana and HP to be able to follow up. But he has created a little bit of breathing room for her. As I think Kalista went down again. Goodness me, Kalista, what are we doing? Ay. Okay, so at this point, the Poppy is really finding very good angles for an engage. As Rakan is going to kill the Karma here, right? Not a bad ultimate, but the question is that worth it? Because now no ultimate is available for a dragon fight, which has been acquired by the Graves, coincidentally. I'm just going to pretend that Hilliasang knew this, right? And decided to pick up the kill on the Karma as a little bit of a loser's token. Fine. We're going to make our way down to the bot lane again, as the Poppy looking for that E angle, but she will be denied. The Rakan slaps will finally send her out of this place. Graves, very aggressive here, moving into a very dangerous area. Definitely possible that he can get collapsed on there, but it shall not happen, as the Sejuani, I'm always getting these names wrong, as the Shyvana took down the second turret, and is, in my opinion, she should be in danger here now. Well, it seems like she is so strong that the enemy team doesn't really want to mess with her, which is why they went back to buy items. As a flash by Graves is going to come out, and that is another kill picked up onto the Master Yi. Karma and Ahri are brawling as before, and the bot lane, let's have a look. It's been a long time since it's been a 2v2, so have a look at how this is going. Obviously no ultimate available for the Poppy, but everyone else has their ultimates, so this is definitely scary. But it seems at the moment that Cassiopeia and Poppy still are respecting the Rakan Kalista. Obviously they are able to get out of here, counter that Karma roam. But there's not a lot of vision. Like, what do you do if Karma comes through here, binds the Kalista? Ah, the vision has been acquired again. Same thought process by her. And the Master Yi 324 or 325 is he's scary, man. He's definitely not weak, and so even if Kalista wasn't as strong as she is, the win condition would be on the top side anyway. I don't know how exactly Nar lost this hard, and I would love to review this again with a look at the Shyvana, but I think that would probably be a little bit boring. But I personally was more interested in the Cassiopeia and Kalista lane. Very weird how we had a little bit of a mid game and now we devolve back into the laning phase. As Flash is going to come through on the Rakan, and that is a Cassio that is going to barely live. And see, so okay, that was beautifully done by Poppy and Cassio, where the Poppy just zones the Kalista from being able to do anything. And then the Cassio just heals through the Ignite and just lives. Kill going to be acquired by the Master Yi. Absolutely beautifully snowballed here. Yep, by the Master. Absolute stupid champion. I don't know. I just hate this champion, but it is what it is. As Cassiopeia is going to pick up a shutdown on Shyvana. And this Cassiopeia is scary as hell. You already know. This Cassio is so scary. She's going to deal insane amounts of damage. She is going to be able to block Ahri. She's going to be able to block Master Yi. Generally, the Cassiopeia pick is beautiful into this team as she runs down the Kalista and trades herself and gives over a shutdown. I personally think that was a very greedy play, not the most technically correct as well, but I think especially macro wise that was a very bad play as we greeded down. Felt very personal the way she ran into the turret just to get that Kalista, right, as she had full mana and she generally was able to still outplay something there, but it shall not be so. Knockup coming through, the charm coming through, but the Karma is invulnerable. With a huge farm level advantage here over a support Karma, right? So that is where the perceived tankiness and damage comes from. Is usually you're used to Karma with this build being a support. So she is quite tanky. She's quite, you know, beefy gal, as she also has her shield and her W and all of these beautiful things at her disposal. Hilliasang looking for a flank, but Master Yi and Ahri are looking to help the Kalista, who's going to get bound here, and this is a very dicey situation for the Kalista, as she is able to outdamage the Karma and Graves wasn't able to follow up. Hilliasang picking up the Cassio, who has definitely been a little bit too aggressive. I think if Cassio can play front to back a little bit more defensively, playing it with her teammates, I think it is very possible to get ahead here. But the fiesta shall continue, she says, and goes down. I definitely see the merit of these picks. They don't work in a... It's weird to say, they don't work in a normal way, right? It's definitely very often meta to play something like that. But into an Ahri, into Kalista, into a Shyvana, and into a Rakan, the W of both of these champions, the Poppy and the Cassiopeia, does have some merit. You know, it does give you a lot of value. If you can place it correctly, you can pretty much shut down an entire engage, right, by the enemy team. Maybe even separate someone like the Shyvana or someone like the Master Yi from his teammates. Generally not a bad play. Now, Cassio has definitely made some mistakes in the past, giving up her lead a little bit. But, you know, if you don't try anything, you don't learn. And so, she goes down to Hilly, who's definitely doing a very good job. But you can't say that he is outperforming the Poppy, as Poppy created the entire lead for the Cassio. Well, a little bit. It was Kalista as well, a little bit. We have to be honest about that one. But between both of these, Poppy definitely did her part. Poppy also is going to come through. Kalista again separated from her team, but it shall not matter. As we pick up the Baron. And recall. Not running down the turret, as Shyvana wanted to. Odoamne was ready to push turret here. But apparently Ari and Master Yi wanted to recall. This always tightens the window in which you can work, but it gives you much more gold, right? You can spend that 300 gold per person plus, you know, whatever has been acquired, as the Gromp is going to be secured by the Graves. Hilly picking up another ward. A little bit of control denied for the enemy team, as we have a very short, small little skirmish, but with a lot of skirmish potential. Our AD carry is pushing in the mid lane, as the bot laner is pushing in, as the mid laner is pushing in the bot lane. Normal role reversal. Something that always happens, right, is the bot laner goes mid lane, the mid laner goes bot lane. That happens a lot of the time. This game, it happened very late, but I think that is just the nature of how exactly lanes were working, and, you know, the fact that Kalista maybe not as good. Oh. Into the Poppy. Master Yi is going to W up, but he lost the shield bow, which is scary. You hate to see it. As very interesting, the Kalista actually, not even for a third item is she picking up the Rage Blade. I find that very questionable, I should say. Flash by Cassiopeia, but she's going to be charmed and taken down by Hilliasang. Can't control himself, as the Mega Gnar is going to come through for Odoamne, but Odoamne says no with a 5k damage E. Kalista going down here. I don't know what exactly happened to Kalista there. She was standing still for a second. I don't know. Maybe she was bound by the W, by Karma W, but I'm not 100% sure, because I didn't particularly see it. As another carry is going to go down, and Hilliasang as well. Very aggressive. Very, very aggressive. The charm is going to come through onto the Karma, and we flash the Zhonya, blocking out the Q, but you cannot. You cannot have another Zhonya to block this Cassio Q as well. So Cassiopeia is going to pick up a kill. Now, the fights have not been looking very optimal, and I think the fact that Odoamne as well as Master Yi are quite strong has been aiding the Kalista Rakan here in acquiring this W, because in the mid game they were definitely letting a lot of gold slide the way of Cassiopeia, and then Cassiopeia doing some stupid stuff as well has thrown away her acquired lead, or her, let's say, her coming back into the game potential. Thrown that away a little bit, as Hilliasang is going to do a typical Hilliasang move. Just take that teleporter, it's gonna be fine. And the Shyvana actually not getting blocked by the Poppy W, as she is not CCable. Kalista a little bit out of position here, and I can really tell how much lower the quality of European games is than EU games. Like, it is just more mistakes are made. Now, obviously, is this the highest of elos? No. But it is high elo. All of these players are challenger players with, you know, Hilliasang and Odoamne on one team. I unfortunately have no clue who anyone else is. As we're going to steal away that blue buff, I think. And man, oh man, oh man, oh man. We are in a little bit of a stuck position here, aren't we? Now, we would like to just push in this last turret. Acquire Baron probably first. Push in the last turret. This choke is absolutely deadly against the Cassiopeia. There's only a 50% chance she misses her Q on you, and so very, very scary choke. You don't fight into that versus a Cassio. No point. In your life you should. As the Gnar is going to be threatened by Shyvana, who still has her ultimate. Very beautifully played here by Odoamne, threatening the Gnar and then using his ultimate to get out of dodge. Gnar is low HP, but the ultimate has been used. And so, in a short while, a lot of pressure is going to get lost to the Shyvana, or for the Shyvana. Gnar chasing Shyvana down. Even activating that ghost, as Shyvana says, back the hell off, son. And Poppy and Graves are here, and so a Baron is going to get acquired for the blue team with Odoamne trading his life and a shutdown in for the acquisition of that Baron. Now, hopefully, our heroes here can finish the game with that Baron, but I personally would question that. Elder Dragon's still quite far away as well, and so this could really be a long one. We will find that out, as Ahri is kind of hovering just to get those minions empowered. We're going to try to just play this safe, as the enemy team technically has a man advantage if Gnar would show up. If Gnar could find it in himself to show up. He did claim an objective bounty, but 2 inhibitors are going to go down for that. Technically funneling more gold into the red team. So something that we can't forget, right, is that all of that map control comes at the price of a 90 gold minion on the enemy team. Now, the fact that that minion is able to pretty much solo an entire wave without a cannon minion speaks for the value of that minion, right? As the value of a wave is a little bit lower. But I'm very scared. I'm very scared that the Cassiopeia's team is going to be able to stabilize here. They have some pretty strong scalers with the Graves and the Cassio. Very good into a team comp that wants to go in. Very good at playing defensively, you know, and just denying the engage and then just standing your ground. Now, we still have to say that someone like the Shyvana is still a big problem, right? Because she can go in as the Gnar is overextending, but he will live. Kalista is going to be knocked away, and that is a Poppy ultimate gone. As, yeah, that is not how you play that, Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia overextending a lot, having to use her flash. She is exhausting, and the Master Yi is going to find a kill onto the Cassiopeia, and this seals the deal. Gnar is going down as well, and the Shyvana is absolutely taking away this game, as Kalista maybe going to grab that kill as well as we finish the game. And this, in my opinion, could have been played much better by the red team, and it is actually team advantage, team comp advantage for the right hand team, but blue team shall acquire the victory. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome.